The youth of a particular nation, as well as the educated, substantial, significant number of people in a particular society and country, actually are almost always everything, or they can be very easily considered to be the highest assets and the greatest accomplishment or achievement that the country, as well as its institutions, organizations, have ever produced or they could produce, and that is the quantity or quality people in our lives. And that is what we need, because whenever it comes to our individual personal lives, then it's the kind of significance, depth, dignity, profundity, self-knowledge, authenticity, and other virtues that we have in our lives, that we have cultivated and lived by and lived in accordance with, and held on to, that inevitably matters, that makes our lives meaningful, worthwhile, significant anyways. And that is what exactly will be remembered for, and that is our creations, ideas, as well as our inward authenticity, inner compass, clarity and knowledge and dependency, as well as for our humility, compassion for each other. That is what is the reminiscent factor in one or another. And whenever it comes to a nation or a country as big and huge and vast as that of India, then also it is about the quantity or the number of the qualitative, substantial, significant people that matters, and it will always matter, because it's not about having more people or much property. It's about having more and more educated, authentic, responsible, self-understood, self-knowledgeable, conscious sort of people that are highly rare, that are few in the society, that even they are criticized, isolated from it, just because they are being real, conscious, vocal about their viewpoints and mindsets and concerns in one or another. Because we can have many people, but many people, when they're divorced from proper education and authentic training and conscious teaching by society, by institutions, will inevitably cause or create so much ignorance, mayhem, disorder, confusion, that everything will fall apart, that it just could not be extinguished or controlled, that everything can automatically find itself into the labyrinth of stupidity, mediocrity, and mayhem, because there are many people in society, and those many people are uneducated, illiterate, immoderate, and indisciplined. They just don't have, because they have not cultivated discipline, self-knowledge, consciousness for themselves in their lives in one or another. So it's very important that we prioritize not only a dignified, profound, deep life, because that is what matters, how much depth we have been able to achieve, create, and live by, and lived in accordance with our virtues. That makes us self-respected and desirable and commanding presence anyways in one or another. And how much basically quality we could live with, and not about quantity or length of life that matters. It's inessential